Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome, everyone.
It's the laugh of the fatigued. I'm so tired.
It's been a crazy day. Anyway.
Violet, do I have a message to pin? I've been running back and forth. Let me look for it. There it is.
Kara. Hi, Kara. Get you on the backup list.
Hi, everybody.
We're just a little discombobulated, but hey, we're here. We're here, and we're glad you are too. So, want to remind...
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
I'm just saying hi to people.
No, it's okay. Just let me know when I can make an announcement.
Never.
We want to remind everybody that, we fell behind with some of our giveaway stuff. But for one thing, the wheel is still spinning today. So if you haven't won a free reading yet from us, you have another chance today. We have just one more to do. We've got a cell. We have your questions for the free reading. So we will be doing that very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll probably hear from us tomorrow. Okay. What else? And there'll be some giveaways on Facebook and Twitter, or just some fun things going on in the next week as I try to catch up with stuff. All right. So, let's do the card for the collective, shall we?
Yes.
And trying to get to it. I've got my Anatomy of a Witch Oracle. I'm going to hold it up there. Best you can. It's a big box. I probably should have taken out the booklet. But you know what, Mr. O? I need the cards from the box.
Okay.
Well, let me just take my short little arms and try to get them. Here, put that back there. No, don't. I need that. All right. Here you go. All right. So this is by Laura Tempest Zakharoff. She's got some great books out too. She also has a book that goes along. I mean, it's more of a magical book this deck is based off of. Basically, it's a really wonderful deck. So the book is by the same name, Anatomy of a Witch. All right. Shuffle and cut for me. So it's just for the collective, and then we'll get into our tarot readings. We will be using the Lenormand tiles today to go along with the tarot cards we pull for you. And we'll be spinning the wheel for all of those who have not won a reading, and if it lands on the Wheel of Fortune, you win.
Right, you get a free reading. We will be in touch with you about that once you are determined.
Oh,
right.
Wow. Is this like the card for me? Oh, dear.
And it's cleanse.
Looks like a little house cleaning in order. So, this is the witch work. Description. Well, we know what it is. It's a besom, which is actively sweeping away debris right out the window. All of the elements are at play here: air, water, fire, and earth. The round window gives us the illusion of a crescent moon, amplifying the cleansing energy. Consider, cleansing is excellent metaphysical hygiene, not only for spaces and objects, but for bodies as well. The cleansing process combines cleaning and spiritual intent, focus with movement. Whether you're wafting smoke, anointing with water, or sweeping, cleansing can be done to remove unwanted energies and entities. But it has other uses as well, such as preparation for a ritual, setting aside time to cleanse your body before a ritual can align your body, mind, and spirit, setting the mood for the task ahead. Its keywords are sanctify, purify, refresh, and reclaim. And finally, the prescription is, it's time to clean. I knew that was coming. Take a cleansing breath, bringing in fresh air and then releasing whatever is holding you down. Use a combination of the elements to clear negative energy from a room or building. Light a white candle, sprinkle some salt, utilize smoke or incense, and bless the water. Take a ritual bath or shower, cleaning the body, mind, and spirit all at once. Well, a very powerful card. Cleansing is just so essential to everything we do. I mean, even to just start our day, what do? Get up, we wash our face, we take a shower. Cleansing, cleaning is really important, especially to move what, Mr. O? The Kai.
The Kai.
That's right. So, this is a call for all of us to clean up our act, huh? Let's do it. All right. Well, Violet, you won't be disappointed with this one if you get it. It is just amazing. All right. All right, now, let's get started. And I believe Acela is first, right? Yep, Acela, you are first. The Sun Man is laying about Angel Rivera. He does it well. He's like, oh, put me on camera. I'll wave. He just waved his paw a moment ago.
Hi, Acela.
Okay. Do you want to grab a deck or me?
I'll take my deck.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the Tarot of the Ages.
Alrighty.
One of my oldest decks, and it's still very serviceable.
I swapped out some of my decks today. I brought in some of the Cyril Marchetti ones. I blame one of the tarot readers on Twitter for that, Mitchell Osborne, who was reading with the Tarot Grand Lux today of Cyril Marchetti's, and man, that
He
two
was
of
also
wands
using
in
the
that deck.
decorative, too.
The other day? Yeah.
Today even, maybe.
Really?
No, it was the other day.
It must have been yesterday.
You're
because he used that today, and I had to comment on it. I love that card.
So don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. We need those likes.
We thank you for that. And the reason we didn't spin the wheel for Acela is because Acela is a winner, as we have said.
Right, Acela has already won a reading.
And you will get a free private video reading from us. Hopefully everybody else enjoyed theirs. We did Libras and Aaliyah's, and we, of course, did Kara's. Gina's is to be done at a later point. All right, Mr. O. All right, what does Alabek really think of Acela now?
So there's the Star, which is upright. There's the Eight of Swords, which is also upright. And then there's the Nine of Cups, which is upright. Well, I don't know. Maybe your instincts are right. It seems like, you are a star maybe to them, but maybe you're a contained star. Maybe you're a star that doesn't know exactly which way to go. Maybe you have an energy or a destiny, but maybe Alabek feels it's not towards his direction, it's towards a direction that you don't know yet. Maybe. I'm just suggesting that. And of course, Alabek only wishes the best for you. That's the wish card.
That's bam, exactly what I wanted. Alabek has no hard feelings here, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, I really, when I saw this a little bit differently, but not much. I feel here, Asel, that Alabek does not want you to feel any less, for what has happened in the relationship. They're really hoping that you might be able to get beyond any setbacks or fears or bad feelings that, might be holding you back now, or just whatever. They don't want to see you, feeling trapped. Right. They have hope that that does not happen, and they only want what's best. They're only wishing well of you. They don't have bad feelings per se. Now, I don't know how things ended up breaking up there, if they were very, antagonistic or angry, but it just seems like they're now just wishing, the best for you.
Okay, so we're going to do the Lenormand, and that one jumped into my hands.
Oh. Not looking. I'm not looking.
Yeah, you don't want to look. All right, so I pulled the Sith, the sickle, the Reaper's instrument, and Banshee has pulled the ring.
Well, but I think you know this already, Asel, so, I'm just going to say it. The scythe is here. It's pointing at the ring, the commitment. And so I feel here that he really has cut any commitment or ties with you. He feels that is cut. But regardless of that, that's just about the relationship. I really feel he harbors no ill will and hopes that you can move past any, blockages internally or otherwise that, this breakup has caused.
Right, I pretty much could only say the same thing. I think that the tarot cards are more important here because they do express those feelings, and I think he absolutely bears no malice. He only wishes the best. That's the star. He may feel that you are trapped by the longing for him, and maybe he wishes it were other sides. So maybe this is saying really is you probably need to cut away at that idea that there was something, that was going to be a commitment, that's probably what he hopes you will, purge from yourself, is the idea that it may have happened because maybe it was never meant to be. But certainly it isn't now.
But that's what we have for you. So, it's a mixed bag, but I clearly believe he feels okay and is not bad. Wishing you ill harm. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And we'll be in touch, Asel. We will. Stay tuned. All right. Angel Mary, you are up.
Right. You'll hear from us within this day, within this 24 hours.
Well,
within this
tomorrow, because I did reply already that we got the questions, so we know what you want.
You're welcome.
And we'll be in touch.
Angel Mary, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So we're waiting on Angel Mary. I'm trying to think if anything else is up. If you haven't yet, our monthly modality message posted.
Right, on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday, which is a month-long, it's good for the month ahead. It's actually good from when the sun goes into... Libra.
It was a pretty clean read. Yeah. We were pretty concise about the various modalities and how they can be most effective. That's the point of it. We kind of, a few sessions back, retooled it, and we think it's better, so check that out. It's our monthly astrological tarot reading.
All right, and...
Also, Banshee's program, The Material Matters, is on this Sunday at 10 a.m. And we are, as always, live in the chat room to discuss the reading or anything else we wish. We usually are joined by our great tarot tribe of various sorts, and we just have a lot of fun. So join us, won't you please? And Angel Mary has asked for a general
General
love reading.
love. All right. Using the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Decoratif deck.
Which, as I mentioned, other people have started using recently again. Some of these decks we all have like a pattern and we come and go with them.
Well, and I'm going to be switching up to some witchy and Halloweeny themed decks, but actually maybe a few that are fall-like. Well, do I have many fall-like ones? I have a couple. They're at least for the dark time of year. And you know what I like to bring out in September, everybody? Yes, the Golden Girls Tarot. It'll be back for September.
All right.
So those will be coming out. We also have a Halloween-themed Lenormand deck, which will be back. I think I know where it is. And I've got a new deck I'll be rolling out, but I'm in the process of reviewing that one. I hope to get that out, man, soon. Okay, it's the Five of Pentacles reversed. It's the Ten of Wands reversed. It's really interesting. Holy moly. And it's the Fool upright. What an interesting combination of cards here. General reading. And especially about love, because inherently the only thing I see the potential of love in this reading, technically by looking at the cards, is that card, the Fool. But I can tell you this, it looks like Angel Mary that, this feeling maybe of a lack of people, of love in your life, a lack of that feeling like you've been left out of the equation somehow. I have a feeling that this mindset, or this feeling is going to shift. Burdens are going to be released. Stress about this is going to be released. And why? I think because something new, a new adventure might be awaiting you. But remember, in order for things to happen, sometimes you're the one who has to take that first step, that leap.
Sometimes I wonder if some of us, perhaps you, feel sometimes that there is a burden to being in a relationship and or, sometimes the inequities of being in relationships where it's clear that maybe somebody takes the relationship more seriously or cares about all the aspects as opposed to somebody else. And so I sort of feel that's represented by those first two cards, the Five of Coins and the Ten of Wands reversed, that this idea that maybe you feel some of the sorrows or feelings you manifest are because these things haven't worked out in the past. But you're always hopeful that you can, of course, remove yourself to something better. And I think that's why we have the Fool here, because you are becoming more determined to strike off new, to leave the past. The past has been kind of a holdup for you in some respects, because you are a very feeling person and these things really do attach to you. But this is saying really you can shift those burdens. You can kind of walk off ahead into a new vista where maybe there is some romance coming. There's nothing specific here. It's really about you opening yourself up. But I think it's going to happen because you are coming to that point now where you can make these shifts and see this possibility.
I feel like, too, almost that this is like, this could indicate a new romance coming on some level, but it sounds to me like if it's going to happen, it's going to be very spontaneous, and it's something where you're just going to, and it's something where you're just going to have to take a leap of faith and trust, that this might be worth pursuing, the Fool kind of throws caution to the wind a little bit and just goes for it. You know?
So it could be saying like maybe you're going to jump off into something and you'll be lucky, but you know, it's like too spontaneous for your style.
It might be. And so, I mean, I feel here that this is sort of, when I'm looking at this reading, Angel Mary, I really feel this is sort of maybe where you're at now. And I feel here that this is what's coming. But I want to also check the Lenormand and see what it has to say.
Yeah, Banshee puts on a good witch outfit now and then.
And by the way, did I do occasionally? I do. But I don't dress up as much as I used to. Haha. I do have some cool stuff, though, in that regard. Ah. Doggone it. You know, we didn't spin the wheel for Angel Mary. And
we'll do it then.
Yeah, we'll do it after.
Huh? Excuse me. That's the mice.
Yeah.
Those mice. Confounded by the fact that there is a cloud, but the cloud maybe is being eaten through.
You know, there's a couple messages here. It's like, you know, don't let this eat away at you if things have been slow like this. It may be frustrating. You may feel like there's no future, because this kind of shows how this has worn on you a little bit. The mice is about stress, or, you know, just little things just bothering you. But I will say here, the light clouds are now facing the mice, which indicates that, you know, things will start to become clearer. You'll start to get over this. I almost feel like if you change your mindset from a scarcity or a lack mindset to one of the future looks more hopeful, I think it's going to happen. I really do.
Well, the reading did not address anything very specific, but it did talk about potentials and hopefuls, which look good. And I think it really is talking more about your mindset changing, that it is changing and that you are moving this way. So then I look at the mice and I think that maybe, of course, you're realizing perhaps, or will be, that some of your attitudes and things worked against you and therefore were those irritants you didn't need. And so now, of course, you're starting to realize this, and so these things will become less and less for you.
I almost think the more you open to the possibility of starting a new romance and starting an adventure and looking at it in a more lighthearted way, as opposed to, oh no, you know, it's never going to happen to me kind of way, I really feel that you will open that door. It just seems like the Fool's a very positive sign for that. So I wish you well with that, Angel Mary. Good luck with that.
And we're supposed to spin the wheel.
We're going to
Angel
spin
Mary.
the wheel and see if you get a free reading from us. Nope, it's on the Magician, so we'll try again. We've still got at least a week to go, so another week.
I liked the Thoth Journey Oracle of Change when I did that for you, so I'm going to do that again. Just give me a moment here.
Oh.
Pull it out of its box.
Why did I bring 3 oracles out then?
Well, then it can be yours.
No, go ahead.
There's no spin because Gina's already won a reading.
That's right.
And I'm sorry I didn't have these pulled out ahead of time. Very professional of me.
Comment, I won't.
Right, because you know something will happen. Something will happen. And they're the newest, shiniest, slickest cards.
Oh. It's this weekend? Well, I may just pull one of my cards too on that. We'll see.
I like the nice guilty pleasure.
It
No problems.
There are problems. I can't shuffle. This deck is nice to shuffle, though. It's
It
okay.
is, yeah. I like it because it's not really like Thoth decks with that Aleister Crowley mucho seriousness. It's really much more new agey and adaptive. And in fact, I have to read the book because the book really puts it all together.
Mr. O, always prepared.
You betcha. Gina, always catching me by surprise. And it's the Six of Cups, Six of Water. Where?
So this is a tarot, but it's a tarot oracle?
Well, she calls it an oracle. They
Oh,
read
okay.
much more like an oracle. I'm not going to go through a lot of I'm just going to read the basic meaning. Six of Water brings an emotional connection with the past that is active at the present time, bringing memories, emotions, and perhaps even people that you have known before. You may need to examine what you had thought was over to make peace with a past experience or to confront a repeating pattern. Renewed connections with someone who has already been important to you may occur. Enjoy the moment without holding on too tightly. Bam.
Well, well, the six is all about reminiscing, sharing memories from the past, and the good times. It's upright, correct? It was upright.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is...
I only read this deck
that
upright.
only is right upright. Well, so the thing is, what did it say? It did talk about repeating patterns, though. So, yeah, it's kind of an amalgamation, I think, of the upright and reversed meaning.
I liked it.
Yeah, what do you have
So
to...
here's your
anything-
bottom then.
Oh, I was going to wonder, you didn't have anything else to add to that? Or are you going
Not really. I think that the Six of Cups is well known to be kind of illustrative of what was fond from the past. And so this throws that slant there that's saying that maybe this pattern is still present and active, informing what's going on now.
Very pretty card.
And so this one is the Ten of Swords, Ten of Air they call it. So this might be a challenge considering what we normally find with the Ten of Swords. I'm sure it's good. He snickers.
Sunny here is just writhing around.
Ten of Air. Like all tens, heralds the end of a cycle where the overwhelm that was experienced in the previous card reaches a crescendo. So they actually are connected too. There is not much else you can do to influence the situation apart from wait it out, for the end will come soon. Like most of the air cards, the key is in your own perception of matters and how much you are attached to a particular outcome. Allowing events to just take their course brings relief, bringing respite and peace. So to me, I think it's saying really that the past is present as signified by the first card, and so maybe it's just more about really understanding that this, even though it is that, it is moving towards a resolution of sorts, and you should find a way to more or less let it be what it will be.
Well, I like that. I don't even think I have to pull a card anymore. This was so spot on. So I think that, enjoy the memories, enjoy the times, enjoy, the weekend. But, let it flow the way it's supposed to flow. And whatever will, what will
Que sera, sera.
That was a lot I might
I
add,
liked
Mr. O, that was a lot kinder, gentler Ten of Swords.
All of the bad cards are nice. This could be a good deck for happy hour.
Oh.
You can investigate to find out for yourself, but I'm literally positive this is very alchemical and growing kind of information on these cards.
An edge. Maybe.
An edge. Don't get edgy on us.
You grabbing one? Now I grabbed it first because you were...
I'm crushed. The bear, the child.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to make of that other than to say, I feel like this weekend is going to bring you some level of empowerment, some level of feeling your power, feeling strong. It's a good thing. It's not a big thing, but it's a good thing. And again, in a way, the child really falls in line with that Six of Cups quite nicely.
Right.
Because in a way, the child, and we think about the past, we think about our childhoods. So in a way, it kind of fits.
Well, the bear fits with the 10 of air because you have to be strong to allow these things to happen the way they're supposed to the strength of not knowing that you should use your force, but just letting it proceed. That different kind of strength, the strength of conviction.
Right. So, taking things, enjoying the small, steps forward. There might be some small steps forward here out of this, too. So all I could say, it looks positive to me. It looks very empowering. So I think, yeah, you're due to have a pretty darn good weekend. And, it's a panda bear. Don't they always look silly rolling around and playing with each other? So I think you're going to have a good weekend.
Awesome.
All right.
We sure hope so.
Good luck with that, Gina. Bear is my nickname. Aww.
Is it really? I don't remember if you told us that
Yeah,
before.
I didn't know if you told us that before. That's cool. Well, I hope you have a great weekend. I do. All right, we're on Susie.
And that'll be your card and your spin. Yes, I saw that.
Hey, love and light to you. Hey, I'm going to DM you about something soon, Gina. I don't know if it'll be tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning. Oh, I got to shop tomorrow morning, too.
Let's do the spin
Oh.
for Susie.
Susie, you get a spin on the wheel.
So
Let's
this is to see if you get a free reading.
Looks like the sun or the moon.
Right.
The moon.
And we were searching for the Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, so no free reading today, but keep on trying.
Aww.
What was the real reason for breakup? Cancer with Capricorn. Okay. Let's see what we get here.
She's nice until she's grizzly. Oh, Dad.
Aww.
Cute.
So, gee, that must mean a certain singer's coming to town then, right? Boop. Oops, my magic wand. I'm going to turn you into a good boy cat.
You'll need a lot of spell power for that.
Yeah, I think I will.
All right, Susie. The first card is the reverse Nine of Cups. Then we have the reverse 10, Wheel of Fortune.
So the real reason for the breakup, and every card is reversed here. All right. Holy moly.
Every card is reversed, yeah.
This is a heavy one, but I feel here that That Nine of Cups is very telling, and that was the first card. But hey,
Yeah.
if we needed to add oomph to that, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So I really feel that that this was fated to break up. I don't know how else to say it. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed here, and it's about fate, destiny. It just seems as though there was, circumstances were just not going to allow this relationship to take place. It could also very well be that somebody just felt they wanted something else. They were not happy. They were not getting what they desired. And so they were starting to feel, what's the word I want to say here? The star reversed. I can't think of the word. Do you want to go ahead?
Sure.
I think I've said enough.
This is really, like
heavy.
A heavy, that's the word, it's heavy, because it feels like bad to have to say some of this about another person, but maybe this is what happened here. But maybe they felt that somehow they didn't have good luck with you, or that they didn't have a destiny with you. They didn't see a future. That's the star reversed. Or they felt that somehow you took away from that future, that was a future that they could not or would not share with you. And likewise with the other cards, the reversed cards there, that somehow you almost wonder if they just woke up one day and just decided that they really didn't want to do it anymore, and that something just changed like that. And of course, that's so weird. It's hard to feel that you could be with somebody and then they change so abruptly without there being some real good reason.
Well, I'm glad you made me focus on that, because it really does tie in with the wheel here. They didn't feel a destiny. They didn't see the possibilities, They saw no possibilities for future happiness. And maybe, I'm just going to say, it's possible that they may have had, their sights on something else, that they desired more.
Right. I mean, there's almost a sense like maybe this is the card of a person who's going hermetic on a certain level, who's giving up everything in their life. They're giving up pleasure. That's the Nine of Cups reversed in a way. They're giving up a certain sense of a destiny or fate. And so you wonder, like, were they going to join a priesthood? Were they going to enlist in armed services?
That.
But it just sort of seems like they're really disconnecting from life. Like it wasn't just you, because it's so epic in a way. It feels epic.
Wow.
Anchor and ship. Sounds like they're really confused. Like they don't know if they're coming or going. They don't know if they want to put down roots. They don't know if they want to get away and go somewhere else. And I think it just sort of adds to that picture there, that there was something that they just couldn't figure out.
Wow, that was pretty good. I wouldn't have exactly said that, but that's really good. When I saw that, I thought to myself, that ship he felt like that relationship is going nowhere,
It's stuck.
It's stuck. And, usually I would like to think that it might mean that this is secure, but a ship is moving and an anchor keeps it in place, so there's a block here. And so I feel in this case, I have to say that this Capricorn felt that relationship was not going, he didn't want to move forward with
I almost feel like with those heavy duty cards of the wheel and the star, like maybe there's a bit of karma going on here too.
Yeah.
Like from previous relationships or situations. And Cancer, of course, is a highly emotional sign, but Cancer sort of occupies on its own relationships with the mother figure in a life, whereas Capricorn is the opposite, relationships with a father figure. So on some level, this is kind of like archetypal mom and dad kind of stuff. And so when they don't work out, to me it suggests there's something karmic or something really deep.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry to give you bad news about this relationship,
Yeah, I'm
but
sorry.
that's what we have for you. Holy moly.
We may have to explore it more with you sometime.
But, whew. So apologize, but you know what? The cards sometimes, they pick up things, and we just have to tell it like we see it. All right, Susie. Hey, Angel Rivera, you are up. It'll be Mr. O's deck. And you get a spin on the wheel of fortune from Mr. O.
Bound to be lucky, right?
You never know. You never know.
When it's me, indeed, you never know. Hello, my little sweetie. You're welcome, Susie.
You're welcome, Susie.
Sure, Angel. And now I'm going to spin the wheel. Cross your fingers.
Fool. You might be a fool for the city, but you're not a winner.
Fool me once.
Sorry.
All right, so I'm going to use my English Magic Tarot, which I have not used this evening.
And we'll probably do top and bottom, right?
Yeah, we'll do top and bottom.
Because that's how we roll here.
Indeed.
Sorry I missed your card yesterday, and I didn't get it today either. I'll have to go on there after the show. Usually do that, but things have been crazy.
Tell us.
You like this wand. You would
I know
like
it.
to just tear it up, I bet. It's the bamboo.
I am just no good at shuffling cards anymore.
Well, I have my moments.
I'll blame it on my arthritis.
Hey, you can't do that.
Why not?
I have arthritis. Oh, look, there's a card turned.
I thought I pulled them all out.
Sorry. It is okay, because we're doing
Okay.
top and bottom. And the top card is the Five of Cups reversed.
Hey.
Uh-oh. And the bottom card is the Magician reversed.
Yikes.
Yikes is right. But I don't know. I never look at the Five of Cups reversed bad. I'm sure you don't
That's
either.
true, right, actually.
It's about new opportunities and possible new things coming. Whatever the case may be. I worry about that Magician reverse, though, obviously. It's like, are you prepared? Are you prepared for something new that's going to take place? Whether it's, at work or whether it has to do on the home front. There's some new opportunities that you could go after, but they may require preparation or knowledge or skills you're not that comfortable with.
I think that the new opportunities could be some sort of refresher course for you. Like maybe there will be a suggestion or an opportunity to brush up on certain skills. Maybe procedures have been updated, so they want to kind of in-service. So maybe opportunities to have in-services, or on the home front, it could just be an opportunity maybe to learn something new. I'm looking at this as opportunities to maybe sharpen skills or to reevaluate skills and or, your protocols, and just try to figure out some ways to tighten things up a little bit. So I don't see it necessarily as being a bad thing. It's an opportunity to brush up.
Yeah, and the best advice when you get the Magician reversed is like, hey, come clean and ask for help if you need it with something. Faking it till you make it is okay if you can really do that. But, it's often best to just say, hey, I need a little help. I need a little assistance. Or even if this is like a home improvement project, get on the old Google and try to follow the things. But if you can't do it, better call Joe the plumber.
Better call Saul.
Or whoever to take care of it. So
Here's the Lenormand.
let's do the Lenormand and see if it can point somewhere where this could be happening.
Oh. going to ACO to get some gardening and renovation stuff.
Are
The
you
garden-
gardening? No.
I don't know.
You know, it looks to me like basically, I feel like there's some news here about some event, something else that you might be doing that's an event. You know, and maybe that's where this is coming in.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I think it could be maybe, are you traveling to a workshop or something?
Seminar.
A seminar, or maybe you're doing a webinar. You know, I won't rule that out because, you know, the Lenormand's an old tool and it's not up with our technological stuff. So it could just be saying there's going to be news about some kind of event. Maybe that's what this is. And maybe Mr. O is right in pointing towards, you know, that educational skill opportunity.
Well, it may be that it's just one of those synergy things too. Like maybe you're going to a webinar or some sort of little small seminar or in session of some sort, and the opportunity presents itself because of some information you find out there.
I mean, and the only other thing I would say is, you know, Angel, it may have nothing, I don't want to say it has nothing to do with those cards, but I have to say, this almost reminds me of your event last Sunday, you know, because it could have been a social event. You were moving and doing a social event. But, you know, that's past, although I've known before sometimes the tarot will bring up things from the past. But
Sounds like us, eh?
I really do think it's something to do with a workshop or travel to something.
Yes, go ahead and post Leo Woman.
Oh, it got rained out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Bummer.
Well, very interesting.
Huh.
All right.
No rescheduling, huh?
My duck.
Yes.
Leo Woman writes, and it'll be your deck.
Me and AA. We have a lot of up and down. It's really sure will last. I'm scared to commit. Okay.
Thank you for the question.
Going to use.
What's up, Sunman? You just got really startled. What is it? What is it, Lassie?
Lassie.
Banshee spins for Leo Woman.
Oh, that's right, Sagittarius. Yes, Leo woman. Leo woman.
This is for a chance at a free reading. This is the chance for the free reading.
You were leaning on the table.
Hanged Man.
Okay, the Hanged Man did not win a free reading. But you get one today anyway. Just a shorter one.
Oh, so good baby.
All right. Go. Aww. Just going to take your set down yet.
Tell me something I don't know. Ooh, the first card we have does indicate some issues. It's the Five of Swords. Upright. And then we have the Nine of Swords, but the Nine of Swords is reversed. It's all swords. Wow. And it's the Ten of Swords. Just to make sure they weren't all swords, there was other cards coming up, so no. Yeah. All right. Well, it's all swords cards, so it does show some of the downs of this relationship. And your question was, will it last? He is scared to commit. Well, Right.
that's the
Ten of
though.
Swords. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
I
were
thought
thinking of
Ten
the 8.
Wands, yeah.
Because it kind of
No, I was
does.
saying a Ten of Wands.
Oh.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's
Sorry.
all swords. So to me, this indicates there's some issues to work out. And it means, too, that it could be the way you communicate with one another, possibly. But the Five of Swords is a very heavy card, again, in this deck, because it talks about conflict. And it talks about, maybe some arguments or bitter feelings. The Nine of Swords indicates here, though, that somebody in the relationship is really anxious, was very anxious, very nervous, very stressed, trying to, maybe, you're trying to, or they're trying to, I'm not saying it's you, they're trying to alleviate this. They realize that some of what they're feeling is, how should I say this, is not really correct. It's not right. So I don't know if this conflict is causing somebody to have a lot of self-doubts, and now they're starting to realize it's not me. It's not me. And there is a sense here, I have to say, that there's a feeling of betrayal, or, that there's been some harm or hurt somebody is feeling, or both of you if there has been problems. And the one thing about the 10, I will say, is that usually it means that the worst is behind you now, so that, maybe there can be some type of healing that occurs here. What do you think, Mr. O?
Well, I was drawn mostly to the ending card, the Ten of Swords there. Mm-hmm. And Leo has given us a few thoughts there.
Okay.
That might be interesting. At first I almost felt like this was the Ten of Wands, a burden, but then I said, no, it's like being imprisoned. And of course, it's really about being betrayed, as you said. But it does sort of feel like there's this sense of being trapped by the betrayal, by mm-hmm. the idea that you can't get away from a certain act of evil here. It may not be intentional evil, but it still ends up being evil. That Five of Swords is nothing but bad. It just says that there's so much conflict in this relationship, and that maybe there's a person here who thrives on the conflict, and I don't think it would be you, obviously. You think you're that Nine of Swords stress kind of situation, but another way of looking at the Nine of Swords too is also feeling like you can find that most of the things that maybe you were thinking were your fault or were on your shoulders really aren't. And so it still feels like stress, but it gives you the idea that maybe you can move from there.
The other thing about that card, and sometimes what you say about it, Mr. O, is that sometimes that card is indicating you're carrying somebody else's burdens, you have a lot of weight on you, put on you by somebody else, and it's probably somebody who is causing the conflict. So I know you said you're thinking of ending. Well, it might not be a bad thing to move on, because if you notice here in this card, even though it looks grim, he's being stabbed by these swords, you see the light here. The light on his shoulders, the light from above. It's almost as if he's beginning to see the light. And so that could be you in this instance, that, you're starting to see things as they really are now. And maybe you need to consider what that means going forward with this relationship.
Well, I don't feel that the swords are actually piercing, but they might as well be. They're very close ones on the other side. And so the idea, I think, is that you're being forced into something, but what you're being forced into maybe allows you to also realize that there is a light, there is a way out, or there is another option to pursue or to think of. So first, Lenormand was the gentleman, and then the bear.
he seems to wield a lot of power in this relationship, or this other person seems to wield a lot of power in this relationship. I don't know, usually I could say that this is a good combination. I could say this is a man of wealth and abundance, but if I have to take this in the context with everything else I'm seeing up here, I'm thinking that this person likes to wield power.
Right. So Many Swords really talks about an aggressive kind of personality here, or situation that is that aggressive. And then, of course, we have the Bear, which is an idea of strength, and the Gentleman, which could at its basic be a man. It doesn't have to be, but because of the context, I think it's pretty clear it is this person we're talking about.
So I know you asked a question about whether this could go on. I just have to say, we should probably not ask that today, but I would say this, just looking at these cards, I feel it's a real uphill battle with this relationship. And so maybe, if you stop back in, we'll try to do a reading more specific on that, but honestly, this looks very hard, and it must be hard on you too. And so that's why I feel here, you are this person who is really struggling to get out from under the anxieties and stress that you are feeling.
Even though you may feel you haven't hit the bottom yet, or that you feel you are close, it is only that moment, though, before you start ascending again. So once you do get to that bottom point, the only other way to go is up again.
That's right. Oh, boy. So good luck with that, Leo woman. That's what we have for you today. And man, our cards are not mincing words tonight, are they? Oh. Well, who's next? Laura.
Hi, Laura.
It's like, I'm just bearer of bad news today. Hey, you are welcome, Leo woman. I wish I had better news for you. But I gotta call the cards like I see them. Otherwise,
excuse me,
I'd feel bad.
Okay, I'm going to use my Tarot of the Cat People for Laura's reading. Hi,
Okay.
Laura. Good to see you again.
New love coming in maybe next year. Let's see.
So if we don't exactly get a clear idea, we'll do a yes or no after.
And Laura's up, and you spin the wheel for Laura.
All right, so this is your chance to win a reading from us.
It's on the High Priestess. Nope. Sorry. Sonny is just so peaceful today.
Yes, he's been more peaceful than he's been in a while.
It must have been my magic good boy spell.
I don't know.
You know, maybe Sonny has learned he doesn't have to jump up and down all the time to get attention. You think? All right. What you got?
Four of Swords reversed.
Okay.
Excuse me. And talk about swords. Two of Swords. Upright.
Well, there we go with the push-pull cards.
Three of Cups reversed. I have to get a cough drop.
Okay.
I'll let you start.
Well, thank you. You know, I think right now there's maybe a little bit of a stalemate going on here, or that things don't seem to be if something happens in the next year, it's going to be kind of slow. I feel here too next year, though, there is a possibility for some moves in relationships. But, the Three of Cups reversed is here, and I almost feel as though, to me, that's indicating as if your social life is going to have some downs, to it. You're not always going to be happy being out there. You're not always going to find results. Things might seem really slow, but there are opportunities. There may be some opportunities coming. You just have to, I feel here you have to maybe move more aggressively to make something happen. And you might be kind of, how should I say this? You might be kind of hesitant to do that.
Well, to me, the Four of Swords reverse may indicate that you're moving more back, or you will be in this time period we're talking about, more back into the world of dating or some sort of casual dating or casual relationships. Mm-hmm. Maybe things feel better for you to do that. Things are settled down in other areas of your life. The Two of Swords could be saying, though, that you still have a sense of reservation. So while you're feeling like you want to be moving in that direction, you're not going to cheap bars or anything like that. You're sort of doing sensible things about showing you're interested in dating. So having said that, it may seem that the Three of Cups may sound like there's going to be a slow go at first, at least, or that you may find that I sort of feel there's a connection to other friends. Like maybe there's strength in numbers, and so you might be better off if you try to associate with other friends who are doing a similar thing, sort of in a casual dating thing, that maybe something like that might, rather than being all on your own, a vulnerability, like maybe just being in a social circle where people know each other and there may be opportunities to find dates.
Well, I'm just examining these cards, and it's kind of tricky for me to see that, but I'm looking at that Two of Swords again, and I'm thinking to myself, Laura, maybe you've been kind of sitting back yourself and not, getting yourself out there. That Two of Swords sometimes indicates pulling back. Maybe you've had other matters you've needed to take care of, etc. But the Four of Swords reversed is kind of like breathing life back into this part of your life again. It's like it's time to get moving. It's time to get going. And I feel that Four of Swords is saying you will be in, the next year. However, I'm just saying you're not going to derive a super amount of pleasure out of some of the social scene.
If I want it to be blunter, I'm going to be right now, Laura, I would say that this says that maybe you'll be breaking a few eggs first before you make the omelet, so like it may be a little, like I said, a little hit and miss, but I do sort of feel like some involvement will happen, and so that's why I said maybe
I think so too, but
safe being in numbers, being in a more casual kind of environment of some sort.
Well, I want to see the Lenormand, but I think so too. I just feel that, it's not good. What are you worrying about? No, I don't want to know.
Yes, you do.
Nope, my eyes are shut. As I try to get one. Hey. Whoa. Again? This guy's coming up a lot.
Well, I know.
Well, this is really a weird one.
So I drew the garden.
Yeah, do I take back everything I just said about socializing?
There's a bear in the garden.
So, I don't know. I think that, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? So I'm thinking here that even though I said that there's going to be some disappointments in the social realm, you can count on that. I do feel that you are going to feel more empowered, though, to get out there. And that's what you really need to do. You need to just get out there and take your lumps. Know that not everything is going to work out that happens, but there are opportunities out there. You just have to choose to get a move on and do it.
A thought just hit me, Laura, and I don't know, what you're really like at all, but I'm wondering if this is just saying, like,
Hi, Title.
Hi, Taito. Thanks for dropping by. This could be saying, like, maybe, be careful about drinking on some of these.
Oh my
like,
gosh, I
make
forgot
sure,
about
make
that.
sure, you're
Yes.
clear-headed, And I only say that because I actually have a cousin. She's a cousin once removed. She was given one of those date rape drugs years ago. So we always remember that. So I'm just saying, be moderate,
That is such a good point, because I did, in other words, sometimes, you get too involved, in the scene.
Okay.
And it could be the alcohol, it could be other facets of it. And you need to keep a level head, absolutely.
But I agree with Banshee here on the Lenormand lore, because I do sort of feel that this is saying really their strength may be more in just the casual, the garden is sort of like the public sphere.
Yes.
So maybe there's a strength not only with friends, like I said, but maybe there's a strength in just sort of keeping it a little bit more casual and play the game casually a little longer before you start really moving into the dating area. And I don't know, because I haven't dated anybody in over 40 years, have I? So, what do
that I know of.
What do I know? Oh, no. Oh, you cut me to the quick. So
Sorry.
that's what we have, Laura.
Sorry,
So thank you.
that's what we have for you. And it might be that this is also saying is like, hey, remain true to yourself, be strong out there, and hold up,
yeah.
make sure the people you meet live up to your standards. All right, and that's what we have for you.
All right.
Little
very
bit
welcome.
non-specific, but I still think there will be some openings for you. And we are on Sally, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Is there new love coming? Well, my deck. Have I used the dragons yet? I'm not sure I did. I'll use them now.
And Laura, we see you gave us a donation too. Thank you so
Oh.
much. You're such a sweetie. Thank you very, very much.
I spin the wheel
Thank
for
you, Laura.
Sally. We do that. I think it's Judgment or the Sun. I think it's the Sun. So you did not win a free reading, but
You're
we're giving
welcome
you
and
one
thank
now.
you. Thank you, Laura.
You are welcome, Laura. Thank you.
Taito, if you are hanging around, we might have time to do a reading later, so if you don't go away, you never know.
They want one. If they want one, I said.
Right.
All right. All right, so Sally and Kara, and then Violet Lotus. Yeah, we're doing really well. A slow night today, but that's okay.
And for those who are asking romance questions, of course, you can always go to
Mr.
Oberon's
O's.
Outlook on the emotional exchanges, where I give 3 cards each for the air, fire, water, and earth signs, and then 1 card for each sign of the zodiac. That's Fridays at 7 a.m.
And don't forget Saturday.
Happy hour!
It's only going to be an hour this week because somebody has to work.
Well, like that's ever stopped us from being a little
We
bit...
usually go in a little overtime, but it's a single card positive message from Spirit. No bad news at happy hour.
Violet wants to finish on time.
Well, we'll see what happens. No guarantees. But you can run away if you have to. Well, this card has come up in this deck now. We have the 4 of Swords again, reversed.
4 swords for Sally. All right.
We have the 5 of Wands reversed. My goodness, what's with all these reversed cards in both our decks today? The Knight of Cups is also reversed.
So
Boy,
this is
our cards today are killing it in a bad way. So let's see what's going on. It's not all bad news here. The Knight of Cups indicates that there could be some action in the love department. It may not be all that good. It may be that, there's some people that just don't work out. There may be just some
cads.
I wanted
Mashers, we used to call them,
I
right?
really wanted to say incompatibilities.
Okay,
I
that'll
almost
work.
feel like you might just be not, some of the people that might be up and coming or a person just might not be compatible enough. But I feel with the Four of Swords here, that reverse, that again, like we said in the previous reading, there are and wasn't it the first card in the previous reading too?
Right.
I know,
Also
with
the
a
Four of
different
Swords.
deck. So it's just very strange. But it just indicates that something might be happening. Things are starting, like there's a recovery going on here in the romance department. If things have been really dry, they may pick up, but it might be hard at first to find somebody that really matches you, that clicks.
Right, because it seems like after maybe a period where you were sort of, recovering or holding back, you are moving forward. So I'm kind of moving from the Four here over to the Knight, which is about movement, but in terms of a romance, it may be saying there's a clumsiness, or there's maybe because of the combination with that Five of Wands, or there's a half-heartedness. And so that's suggesting that you may be wanting to put yourself back into the field, but you're not feeling the energy you want to feel from the situation. It may not be anything in particular. It just might be, a venue. Like maybe you have to figure out, a different place to be trying to circulating, so maybe it's not online necessarily, maybe it's not a bar necessarily, or a club.
Hi, Libra. We got you on the list.
General
Right.
reading.
Yeah, let's do the Lenormandans. What?
You. You.
Oh. Well, whatever it is, it popped. Oh, those darn things.
Love to you, Libra.
What?
This is not a repeat.
That is.
Yes, it is.
It's darn mice. Mice in the house. That's not good. Mice in the home. So, I think what this is saying is that, just be wary, as you're looking at people. Wow, to be sure that you feel comfortable with them, because there's an indication here that there may be some stress or some little troubles with people, and you might overlook. You might want to say, oh, well, this is meaningless, this means nothing, but it could amount to bigger troubles later. So I really feel here that you need to not settle. In other words, if something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't feel compatible, don't settle for it. Don't feel like, well, I can let that go, because I have a feeling it could develop into something bigger later.
Well, the idea of the mice, the irritants, sort of does talk or speak to that idea of those reversed wands there, because those
I
are
kind of thought so.
people that are just sort of incompatible. And I'm almost wondering if, like, maybe, it's also about that comfortability with that. Like, this is just really saying that maybe this is a time for you to think about being somewhere else, wherever that environment is. And I don't hope it's around your home life. Like, I hope it's not people that somehow are connected to you around your home, not people that you live with necessarily, apartment building. That you just, watch out for that. It may be better to really, delay some things until you really are in the clear with that. Because it just sort of sounds like there's some irritating people that maybe are attracting towards you, and you don't want that.
Wow. Well, that's what we have for you. You know what, Sally? This is a real weird day because I can't say almost every love reading we've done has not been very good, which really makes me wonder if there's something astrological I'm not thinking of.
We're in that
going
shadow
on.
of Mercury retrograde.
Well, pretty much, but it just seems weird, like something may be going on with Venus. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we have for you for now. Maybe check in later. The energies might change. I'm just wondering because it just seems like everything seems that way today.
I think today starts the shadow because I think today is that 2 weeks before Mercury retrograde.
You're welcome, Sally.
Not quite. It's not quite. It's 2 weeks in a day. So you're right. Tomorrow is the actual. Guess what? I know you guys are all going to
Uranus,
laugh.
that's right. It was, yeah.
Gee, I shouldn't say this because she'll diagnose me on the spot.
Oh, no.
But I am a Scorpio who, in my natal chart, my Uranus is retrograde.
Your Uranus?
Uranus. Well, if I was an ancient Roman, I would say Uranus.
All right. Hey, Kara.
Great. So it's retrograde in my chart, and Saturn is also big in my chart.
Oh,
It is
no.
square Saturn.
Uranus is square Saturn.
Watch out, Banshee. I'm going to blow up. Look out. It's too late.
Now I got a mess to clean. No, just kidding.
I'll help you.
How can you? You blow it up. Here, go ahead. Give me that.
Oh, okay. Don't tell
That
Banshee.
screws up relationships.
Don't tell you know who.
All right. Kara, you are up.
Right, we're supposed to do something.
Oh,
Is it your reading or mine?
did we have a question already?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I missed it.
Are you sure you trust your question to us? I know what it is. You didn't see it?
No.
Keep looking, you'll find it.
I'm going.
You just passed it.
I did?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right
there it is. What are you doing wrong with your intuition? Oh,
Trusting
no.
us.
Come on, you. It's your deck, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I used a dragon deck, didn't I?
You did.
Okay.
Hi, Divine.
Divine. We'll get you in, Divine. We don't have many in front of you.
Yeah.
Only, actually, after Kara, only one. So hang in there.
That's my life, Gene. I bet if somebody did my chart, we would find that my Uranus is almost always in some relationship with my Saturn.
All right.
It's okay because we actually don't have very many readings, Divine.
Yeah, we are good. All right. This is a great deck for my little hands.
I love that deck.
All right.
There's your problem. Queen of Wands.
That's a problem? I don't think so.
I don't either.
But we'll talk about that in relation to the question.
But you also have the
No!
Tower. And you also have the Five of Coins.
Wow. Boy, these tarot decks, maybe we need to like sage them or something today. But, all right, the Queen of Wands is not bad here at all. But I just have to wonder about the rest of these cards here, Kara. I think, well, I guess Sonny thinks he's walking a catwalk or something here. Hey, Yeah, no, 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 not knocking my computer around. All right. So at any rate, the tower is about lessons. So it's like maybe I could look at this a couple of different ways here. If something seems to not be working, if things keep seeming to implode on you, if you keep like for example, expecting your intuition, wondering why your intuition is not telling you when things are going amiss, like with these tower episodes. But maybe it is because you just haven't taken in, you need to learn a lesson. You need to take in some sort of lesson here to make it work right. Maybe there's just something you need to do to focus yourself more. There are some great books out there on intuition, and in particular, I think, oh gosh, what's his name? I'm going to get it wrong. It's not Devin. It's Matt Oren's book, Psychic Witch. If you have that book, if you don't have that book, you should consider getting that one, because there are a lot of exercises in there to help you open up. And I feel here that maybe you aren't feeling confident enough. With this Five of Coins here, you might be feeling that you don't have what it takes, when in reality, you probably do. You probably do.
I know, because to me, when you ask that kind of question and I see the Queen of Wands there, I'm like, why are you asking that question? But I do think that maybe, there is a question of mentorship here that I see, and maybe it comes through the Five of Cups or coins that Banshee mentions.
Maybe it comes through the Tower.
Maybe it comes through the Tower. And I do feel like maybe it's the kind of mentorship that maybe you need more hands-on. A lot of us can learn well from books, but not all of us can learn from books. Sometimes some of us need to actually work with somebody and do the process, hear the words and do the process. And maybe you need something more like that.
Could be.
So you might have to do a balance of both when you can. I do feel that this is saying that there's nothing wrong with your intuition other than maybe the baggage you yourself are putting on it. And that is both expressed by the Five of Coins and the Tower. But the Queen of Wands really just sort of belies that.
Yeah, it almost acts like you have the power. You have the intuition. You should express it. And maybe it's because, and I could look at this as saying maybe it's because in the past you felt blindsided by some things you thought your intuition would have picked up on. Maybe that's why the Tower is here. And so it's caused you to doubt yourself. But you know what? We all can't catch everything that happens in our lives.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh my goodness, Kara, this is so true for us too, because there are so many times where I feel there are things that after they happen, I'm like, I was sort of feeling something about that, but I just didn't put it together. We're all like that. Our intuition, I have not met Mr. Matt Oren. I hear he's a very nice person.
Yes.
And I do like his friends that I haven't met either. But no one I've ever met is really, in my opinion, drop dead psychic. No one. I see people that maybe can make you feel that way, but I don't know that they are.
But exercises can help in doing simple things. It's interesting because maybe when I'm doing some of our programs that we're doing on Zoom starting September, October, some of these are going to start rolling out. Maybe some of those will be a topic for discussion at Tarot Talks, but probably definitely in some of the paid-for programming, I'll be working on some, skills too with the cards and trying to opening people up psychically. But really, you got to trust yourself. This Queen of Wands right here is saying trust yourself. You have that power. You have that magnetism and attraction where, messages will come to you.
More than any of the other kings, queens, or court cards, that Queen of Wands in particular, is about confidence too. So it's really there. By the way, before I do this, I just want to say, Divine, I'm so sorry about your son's job. That is really terrible.
Oh, that's sad. Sorry about that, Divine. Jeez. Again?
You or me?
Well, both of us, I know. I just don't know why. We have days like this where the same ones keep popping up.
The Rider and the Bear.
So, but this makes sense to me. So totally, you have to feel. This
Feel your
is like
strength.
this is like the Queen of Wands in the Lenormand. In a
Oh,
way.
look, she's holding a wand too.
She's highly powerful. She's very, attractive. She's, strong in your power. You just need to take that power and really move it now. Really work with it. I feel here, look for messages. Try to find them, even in the simplest ways and techniques. Hey, I think you've got it. I really do. But that's not to say, like I said, sometimes we put our own roadblocks up, and sometimes it's not our fault. We just have to learn how to move those roadblocks, and it can be done. Through meditation, through mindfulness, through music, you can get yourself there.
I have been reading cards for a long time and doing readings for people, not at the level we're doing now. Every once in a while we would do large parties and things like that, block clubs. But I felt that there were key points, Kara, where something I tried was different that I hadn't tried before, and it worked for me. And so I'm just saying that, you got to keep trying things. That every once in a while, something you think is okay, but then you find out that you could actually round a corner or ascend a level when you try something different. It could take many different forms. For me, it was just something that reminds me of psychometry, that when I was doing card readings, I would ask a person if I could hold their ring or a piece of jewelry, and darn if it doesn't work. I don't do that anymore. I've evolved again.
Well, yes, that darn bear, and it's Gina's nickname. The bear keeps coming up, but I think that really right now in these uncertain times, we need to find our power. We need to hold true to who we are and stand firm and be empowered. This bear is coming up for a reason today. Don't let the problems in your relationships, the problems in life really pull you out of your power. Remain in your power, and that's the way you get through it. So that's what we have for you, Kara. I hope that helped. And speaking of things, sometime, I hope by the end of September, if not sooner, but it's probably going to be more mid to late September, there will be a special program on that will be invite only to a Zoom meeting with us called Tarot Talks. And it's where we're going to talk with you. With a select group of people. Maybe, I'm not sure the amount of people yet, so stay tuned for that. But we will have topics. We may do some predictive readings for, maybe the society at large, etc. We may talk about products. We may give some tips. So, and you get to know us a little bit more. So it'll be nice and conversational, and we hope you'll be interested in joining us for that. It is free.
She doesn't know, but I have some ideas too.
No, you can't
deck.
have ideas.
Get your deck.
Okay.
Libra's up for a general.
All right.
And Libra got a reading, so we won't be spinning the wheel for her.
Yep. Libra got her reading.
Annie got her gun.
Yeah. Kara had a reading, so obviously we didn't spin for her. I know, I can't keep up anymore. So many readings we gave away. And the only one we have left to do is a sell. And we will do that. And there's still over a week left in the month.
We can close the list with Divine. Unless, of course, Ostino or Lisa or somebody comes through. I know I said it right. You're going to shoot me, Violet.
Well, we're still within our time frame, so, you know.
We are allowed to be tired.
Look at you. Ooh. Ooh, silly boy.
Gina, why are you referring to yourself in the third person?
Gina's reading will be fun. Oh, it will be. I guarantee it.
Right, we're going to send you some helium or nitrous oxide tubes.
What?
Do not read the reading until you open the nitrous oxide and start laughing. Then it'll be really
I don't know
fun.
what he's talking about, and I'm losing the deck here.
My
Oh
ill-spent
gosh.
youth?
No. It's the Seven of Pentacles upright,
Seven of Pentacles upright.
but the Two is reversed.
But the Two of Pentacles is reversed.
And so is the Eight of Wands.
I'm really coughing a
Hey,
lot.
everybody, who put the mojo in our deck today? Honestly, in our decks. Let's look here. Seven of Pentacles isn't inherently a bad card, really. It's talking about taking a step back from things. And, you know, Libra, in a way, maybe you need to. Because it looks as though here you might have, you might be feeling spent energy-wise. You might be feeling kind of exhausted. You're trying to pull different aspects of your life together or trying to keep everything together. And so the Seven of Pentacles is saying, step back, time out. Just time out. Why don't you step back a little bit and see what's wrong here, what's going on here, and maybe whether you can fix it, or maybe if there's something you need to let go of so that everything is more balanced in your life.
There is a reflection period here for you, Libra. It may be saying that although you may feel something has just clicked very recently, it may be time to just consider that a plateau and not to necessarily use it as a stepping stone so much as to just take a moment to reflect on that, because it does sort of feel like there still are some things that are unbalanced that maybe are connected to your success that you need to put in perspective. Maybe you need to, and I don't know why I'm thinking this, but it's Pentacles, so that's probably why I'm thinking it. Maybe you need to change bank accounts or look for something different with your money situation. Like if you are receiving checks from anywhere, maybe you're not happy with that bank for some reason. Nobody gets good interest anymore, so it's not about that. But I'm just saying it may be something like that. You have to change something, rebalance. And then that Eight of Wands may just be indicating that you may not have a choice in this period of reflection, because maybe spirit or life or something is going to kind of slow you down. The Eight of Wands reversed.
Nice one,
and give you an actual reason, kind of like a synergy that says, no, Libra, you need to slow down and make a reflection here, and this is why we're showing it to you.
That was demonstrative.
I know, I felt really just monsterish about it. Okay.
Monster dumb. Okay, whatever. Give me that. Even Sonny was like, what up?
Good question, Divine. We'll get to that in a minute.
Hey, you throw my Lenormand tiles down.
Banshee drew the whip. Whip it good. But I drew the coffin.
You know,
Electric funeral. Electric funeral. Okay, Black Sabbath is not needed here.
I'm hoping what this means, because there could be a number of things this could mean, but I'm looking and thinking about what I've said above, And I feel here that this means there is an end to a lot of this push yourself kind of behavior. I feel here that maybe you realize I've got to stop doing this. I got to stop making myself crazy. And I've got to step back and I have to reconsider what's going on in my life and get things stable.
Libra, take a good serious look at your health at this time. I don't know that there's anything you know of that's more important for you at this time, but I am feeling like maybe circumstances are going to just give you this, no, you need to slow down, you need to put an end to, that's hurrying. And this is also saying, no hurry, you need to reflect, you need to rebalance the engines. These could be things that indicate your health as well as everything else. It is a time for reflection because maybe Spirit is saying that within that sense of reflection, answers can come.
Hey, that's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Whew, our cards today.
They're kind of brutal, right? They're kind of brutal.
Tough love.
Are you ready, Divine?
Wow, Divine. Well, maybe you'll get a good one from us. Come on, keep hope alive.
You are an early bird, Gina. I was up just slightly earlier than I normally am.
Oh, I can't
6.
get up that early. That's awesome, though. I used to. Hey, talk
Take
to you
care.
later, Gina. Have a good night.
All right, Divine, I'm going to spin
Well,
the
more
wheel.
situations, family, and things are coming my way that is unknown. Okay, Divine.
Okay, what's
It's
the moon?
All right.
All right, so I would like to use my English Magic Tarot.
All right. All right, so we did not give away a free reading today, but stay tuned. There's, like I said, a couple weeks left. Sort of, right? When is the first? First
Next
is-
Friday.
Okay.
Or Thursday.
A week from Thursday.
A week from today.
Yeah, a week from today. So, we have at least till Sunday. All right. Another week. Anyway, never mind. I'm musing. Another just over a week of this. And there will be things going on Facebook and Twitter soon, even if I have to do them all. Because I'm going to sneak some in when you're at work, Mr. O.
On Saturday.
Maybe, but I was thinking during the week next week, too.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'll take care of things like your oil change.
Oh, thank you. Good job. Do need an oil change.
Yes, you've needed it for a while. 7 of Coins.
Reversed. Well, wait, didn't we just have that up, right?
We did. Shut your mouth.
No.
The Tower.
Seriously?
Upright. We had those two right in a row too.
So let's reflect on this for those who are left. We have a lot of cards today that are repeating. Like these energies are very consistent with all of us, which I think is really interesting.
Okay, and then your final card is the 8 of Cups, which is upright.
Well, so what don't you know about? I would say this, Divine.
Situations that could be coming to you.
It might have already...
Excuse me.
I was going to say it might have already happened. I was almost thinking about your son's work here because of this tower. But I would say this, what you don't know, you asked about what you don't know. And I feel here that there is going to be some type of crisis. It's not going to be an end of the world type of crisis, but there is going to be a crisis. And what will happen here, though, is you will learn a lot from it. It will really make you realize what you have to do to make things right again in the family.
I'm wondering if this could be about India, going back to India in a way.
Well, because of that card?
Because of that card, but actually all of them, and I'll explain.
All right.
The Seven of Coins reverse may be saying that it's time for you to move into some course of action that maybe you've been just sort of watching it happen or being aware of it happening, but you realize as you're moving towards that, that there will be lessons to learn or prices to pay. They may not be felt exactly by you. It may be the other people in the situation. You've mentioned your brothers. So I don't know if it's affecting you, but it could be. It could be saying that, there'll be some lessons to be learned, and there'll be something significant here maybe that will change things. So maybe you're going there to approach that situation, creates a dynamic that will be tense and have stress and problems for people. But the bottom line is movement will go in a better direction. If you do this, if you do it well, the Eight of Cups is really saying maybe leaving something behind that is not working out or doesn't feel good.
Bingo. So,
thank you.
It did focus me a little bit more in saying here that,
Really?
I seem to got stuck somewhere in the chat. Well, you know what? I have to say here, though, this may not be necessarily about India. I wasn't totally feeling and that sure about that. But I will say this. It's really interesting for me to see the Tower card and this card following it. And I'm going to try to explain why. Mr. O kind of focused me here. This doesn't have to be about work. It could be about making a move of some sort. And when we say move, it doesn't necessarily mean like a physical move to India. It's just making some kind of move, going in a certain direction. And I think it's basically because of some type of crisis that you will be experiencing. So this is what you don't know. You're moving towards this crisis that's going to happen. And all I can say about it is that something's got to break down in your life or dismantle a little bit in order for you to pick up the pieces and move on to something better.
That's it.
That's what the Eight of Cups is about. The Eight of Cups is leaving behind something in your life that's not really working for you the way you wanted it to. Hey, maybe that's India, just letting go of that. But the thing is, you're leaving it behind and you're going to decide to move on mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually in another higher direction. And it's basically because something has to kind of fall apart to make you see that light. And I think that it will. You're moving towards that.
Well, I actually
it does
wonder,
all seem to fit.
I actually wonder if you've been sensing or feeling this for a long time now because of some of the questions you ask or some of the things you've expressed. And so this may be moving towards you even faster. Lightning is striking in the picture there.
Yeah, this could happen more sooner than not, whatever it is. And but the beauty of this is that this is not a bad card. This is just talking about a move or working on something. The Tower upright is better than the Tower reverse because it means you can recover from this. And with this following it, it means you're moving on to something better. So let's see what the Lenormand can add to that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those towers. Nobody looks forward to them either way. But they have to happen sometimes. They just do. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. Here it is again.
You got the bear? No. Okay, we got the ship.
Now, the ship
And
could,
the whip.
the ship could speak of a journey overseas. I'm just throwing that out there. But failing that, it also talks about movement. Okay? A ship moves. The Eight of Cups, you're moving. This card, you're working or moving on something. And guess what? The whip, it cracks and it moves. And you know what? In this case, the whip is very much aligned with that Tower card. And I feel here that what it's saying to me is this is going to happen sooner than later.
So it looks like maybe, you've been sensing this. That's my feeling. You're sensing this. And it is something that's going to happen that will kind of shake some foundations, but really will kind of clear the air. And it may be still about your mom and the situation with your brothers, but it may be something that can happen on this end of it. But it's going to clear the air and leave you able to pick it up and do better.
Yeah.
We certainly hope so.
I certainly hope so. I feel very hopeful about how this turns out. That's all I can say. It may not be totally happy going through it, but I feel really good about how it's going to turn out. And it seems like the sooner it happens in a way, the better. Just, don't you feel like, okay, I know something's coming, just get it over with.
Right, and that's really the Seven of Coins reversed. That was the first card. It said, something, a period of waiting or a period of reflection may be over now, and now is the time to make a movement.
That things are moving. Yeah. Boy, good luck, Divine.
Good luck, Divine. Thank you.
All right, and we're on Violet.
And I assume then, Violet, you're talking about my fabulous little Oracle deck, which I did not quite put away. It's right here.
Okay. Who got you that deck? You did.
Why, I bought it for myself, but I told you and said, is it okay if I buy it, Mommy?
I think it wasn't that way. I said you should buy it.
You did. I certainly hope that
I'm
was
trying to mix
helpful.
up these darn Lenormands, but it's like some days we get hardly any repeats and some days we get a lot. That whip was coming up a lot today.
You're welcome, Divine.
You are welcome, Divine. Always love seeing your happy emojis.
Who knows? We'll be right on the dot.
Oh, it looks that way. Sorry, Violet.
Better on time.
It's not that we did more readings today. It was a slower night, but some of these readings were kind of complex.
It seemed that way. Well, it called upon us to be a little bit more blunt than we might feel comfortable with, but we're prepared to be blunt. Bye and love.
Take care, Divine. He wants to grab your cards. Look at him. He
And
says,
knock
give
over
me
the
the
side.
cards.
And knock
I'll
over-
shuffle them.
He's moving the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. The catmara. There. Slippery little cards they are.
They are.
All right.
Okay. Your first card, your top card,
Ooh.
is the Hierophant. And I will read this because although we know what the Hierophant is, the actual reading is pretty awesome on most of these. Very new agey. So it looks like an Asian person in the middle there, maybe, the Hierophant.
Maybe. Looks like a samurai a little bit, maybe.
There is a need to seek the wisdom and understanding of your environment.
Sunny.
This could be from your own observations, from a book, or from a teacher that you meet. In fact, the source of your understanding could be from anywhere. But its function is always the same, to help you process the myriad of experiences that you are encountering on a day-to-day basis, and to see them to bring a sense of meaning and purpose into your life. All right. So, a lot of times I think this is talking about, stability or conventionality, but I think that this definition is really more just about rightness in certain respects.
Doing what's right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the bottom card. Well, look at that. The Priestess.
Oh, wow. What a combo.
It's beautiful. The Hierophant and the Priestess. Oh, I love that detail there. Look at that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's gorgeous.
I didn't even realize that. This card invites you to follow your intuition towards a deeper understanding of the dynamics at hand and a better appreciation of any hidden motives, secret fears, or desires. Within every loss lies the potential for something new, a seed that is looking for a new place to grow. Follow that inner voice, see where it leads you, and find strength in your connection to the invisible web of energy that connects us all. And that's a nice way to look at the High Priestess too. The High Priestess sort of represents a quality that is sort of present yet not present, a submerged kind of sense of consciousness that is exactly there when you need it, but really is in the background or is in a sense of recession, letting you drive the car, but being there to say, well, maybe you should have slowed down back there. The intuition thing.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, the High Priestess and the Hierophant,
Ooh.
the Hierophant is often about order and, like Mr. O said, what is right and true. The Hierophant, the High Priestess, of course, is about intuition. And so I feel here that there's this feeling to me that, if you have felt there's been more chaos and stuff with some of your intuitive abilities, I think there's going to be more order, and I think there's going to be more groundedness there. But also I feel here that this could also be a call to use your intuition to teach others.
Well, another thing I just thought of just now, it kind of rang in my ears, is intuition. Oh God, I lost it. Intuition brings value or helps you understand value.
Right. Your intuition guides your values, maybe too. You know what's right. You know what should be right and true. Beautiful cards, though, they are.
Yes. All right, so let's give you a Lenormand and close this puppy down. Ooh. I shouldn't do that, right?
Oh, my goodness. Come on.
Correct.
It's the bear again. No. Wow. Difference. Different ones.
So I drew the birds. The chattery little birds. Who knew that they were the key?
The key is those voices in your head, Violet.
Oh, she said it, not me, not me.
The key is clear communications, I feel here that things are going to start coming through. And also, there is going to be more clarity. The key is also to make sure that, it's not just a one-way street here. You've got, I sense you're going to be talking maybe to some higher guides here, perhaps.
That sounds like it really, both of those really, in a sense, sort of pertain to that idea of a higher guide.
You're tapping into something bigger here, and I feel here the key is to keep the communication going. Even if it does seem chaotic, I have to say here, because his cards are only read upright, the Hierophant sometimes, or both of these cards may have both qualities of upright and reversed. So I have to say here too is to, there may be to bring order out of the chaos, and use your intuition will guide you. I feel there, and I don't know. I think I'm stammering now at the end of
Well, the birds are spirit messengers
Yes.
in other sense of being there, and even if the Lenormand doesn't pertain them that way, I tend to approach the Lenormand from a symbolic point of view, and so I'm just going to say
bring that into it.
I feel that these are voices that you need to hear, as you sort of said, and that's the key, is remaining open intuitively to the voices, because they really do bring that sense of order really more to your world maybe than most other things are.
I sense if things have been out of sorts, you're going to bring order back to it, or order will be restored, and you will be able to discern, messages more clearly, I think.
Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah, did you see what he did there?
He nudged
the camera.
Well, all right then.
That's what we have for you, because Sonny has decided he is no longer the good cat. My spell has worn off. So it can only be temporary, because cats. And,
You're so welcome, Violet.
we cannot control them forever. Well, thanks everybody for a great show. I'm sorry we had some negative messages to disseminate today, but I just feel that what would life be without challenges, right?
Right.
Right?
And we certainly
And I mean
have had
that
some.
sincerely, because, we all will make it through. And, certainly the cards in the future will point to better days. We're heading towards Mercury retrograde, as we all know. And there's some other planets. I think they said when Mercury goes retrograde, there will be 5 planets in retrograde. So
Uranus.
yeah. So no fun. And so we know that times are a little topsy-turvy right now.
Oh my goodness.
Hang in there and we'll survive. All right. Well, that's our show, and that's Sonny telling you so.
Say goodbye to the people.
Say goodbye to the people, Sonny. Say goodbye. Bye. He won't. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today, and we will see you, hopefully, at our happy hour on Saturday. Be there and get a positive message, guaranteed, regardless what's retrograde.
Or your money back.
All right. We'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.